Hello, hello. Welcome to Full Out. Today we are talking to one of my very best friends, Alex Fox. She's such a funny comedy writer. She co-created a show on Disney called Electric Bloom. If you're not watching it, you should be watching it. And yeah, she's just the best. So stick around.
Now, introducing Full Out with Brittany Ross.
Alex Fox and our other friend Jen Zabrowski and I go on like trips together, the three of us, and they okay, I'm doing a podcast called Full Out because I don't know how to do anything not full out. We were driving home from Big Sur one time and I'm sitting in the back and they both were like, Jen was like, my favorite thing to do is just like sit by the fire. And I was like, and do what? Just like, just sit there. And Alex was like, my favorite thing to do is read a cookbook and just stare out the window in the morning. I was like, and do what? And
Brittany was like,
nothing.
what do you guys do? And I'm like, I'll just like stare out the window. Sometimes I'll just hold my cookbook or read it. And she's like, but what do you guys do? And we're both like, that's what we do.
And I was like, you guys are stressing me out. I was like, I don't know how I'm friends with you guys.
But Brittany is like my husband. My husband is the same, which is why I love them both so dearly, is you guys both like you guys do it full out, everything. My beautiful darling husband works so hard. And still Saturday morning, by the time I wake up, he's like vacuumed the entire house, done all the laundry, gone to Barry's boot camp, and like watched all of like Monday Night Raw.
I don't even know what that is. Is that a wrestling thing? Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Wait, I feel like you should hold it. Should she hold it a little closer? Can you lean it towards you?
Can I go like this?
Yeah, you can lean it towards you.
Okay.
Okay, that's perfect.
Cool.
Yeah, I know. I feel like, so Alex and I used to live really close to each other and we don't anymore until I convince her to move closer to me. But I run every morning and I sometimes used to pass her husband running, and we're both so intense of people that we wouldn't even really stop. We would barely even say hi to each other, and we're good friends.
Yeah, Justin would be like,
we don't want our times to be slowed down. Neither of us just get out of my way, and we'd like pass each other. Like
Justin would be like, I saw Brittany. I'm like, did you say hi? He's like, we don't have to.
Yeah, we don't. We just know each other well enough that we know. Don't say hi to me right now. I'm timing myself.
I'm busy.
He's also timing himself.
If we did a couple's vacation, it would be you and Justin running and Marco and I slowly making breakfast for 14 hours. Yeah, it'd be so great.
No, but you do everything full out because I feel like you're the most full out work your ass off. And then you full out, you really know how to relax when you're not working. But you work so hard and then you really relax, which is weird.
It's
so
I
weird.
think it's like, yes, it is that. I'm like, when I'm working, I'm like, this is what I'm doing. This is all that I'm doing. And then when I'm not working, I'm like, okay, I did that. I'm so proud, so grateful. And then now I need to work on this. And working on this means like not doing anything and just laying on the couch and reading books for weeks.
You love to go grocery shopping too.
Oh man, I will go to like.
If you want to find Alex,
I'm in a grocery store.
She doesn't have Instagram, but she loves Whole Foods, Erewhon.
Just go to any, or like a tiny artisanal grocery store. Like if the grocery store has 7 things, that's probably where I am.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's where when people ask where they can find you, you should start saying the grocery store.
Find the tiniest grocery store with the most expensive sourdough, and that's where I am.
That's where you can follow her around the grocery store.
I went to Whole Foods yesterday and I was like, look what I got. And none of it was dinner items. It was like cereal with monkeys on it, which I was very excited about. Toothbrushes, vitamin C serum, and then like 40 candles. And we're like, what are we going to eat? And I was like, these candles, hunty.
Okay. I feel like the fact that you also don't have social media is insane. I feel like we should just talk about that. That is also, this is like why you're so full out, because you don't have social media. That is the most full out thing you could possibly do in this day and age, I feel like, because it's not like you had it, got off. You just have never had it. And I feel like really lucky to be your friend because I think people want to know what you're up to. And so I feel like sometimes people ask me about you.
I'm in a tiny grocery store somewhere reading a book in the corner.
Or she's reading a million scripts. You also, it makes it sound like you don't do anything. You also work harder than anybody.
Thank you so much. I think for me, listen, everybody different, but I think for me, I'm like I don't, anything that makes my heart race really fast, whether it be like running or like anything that's going to give me anxiety, I'm like, I don't want to do it. So I think for me, social media is like it's too much information when I'm not ready for information. And so I like to just like wake up and keep it cool and just like keep it cash all day. I'm sure I miss everything and I never know what's happening, but I feel
like you do. Alex has a old school planner.
Yes.
That she writes down everything in. She writes down everything, but she will not forget. And like if you're leaving on a trip, you best believe you're going to get a text the morning of your trip to be like, have a great trip. Travels. Yeah, you remember everything.
I think it's just
people they're going to study your brain one day because I feel like you're so not on screens and stuff except for writing.
Yeah,
she writes for TV.
I think I'm like I can write a script. I can make a cheese plate.
She can arrange flowers.
I can arrange flowers. I can make a TV show. I'm a good friend. I'm a good wife. But I'm like there's certain things where I'm like it's just not for me. And I think social media is just one of those things. I'm like I just like to like keep it cash.
I made a hashtag for you on social media because she doesn't have a handle. So whenever I post a picture of her, I hashtag the casual fox. And so a lot of people just know you as the casual fox. So if you're wondering who the casual fox is, ta-da.
It's me. It's like, where's Waldo? I feel like sometimes if I'm in someone's social media post, it is like, oh my God, she's alive.
People freak out when I get that, when the hashtag the casual fox comes up. So many people message me and are like, Alex, oh my gosh. It's so funny.
I also realized too, because I have my Scorpio tendencies, so I keep things real high, real tight. And I don't mean to, but I think I'm not always like, I'm going here or whatever. And somebody will be like, oh, do you want to come over for lunch? And I'll be like, I'm in Copenhagen. And they're like, what? Or like, what are you up to? I'll be like, I'm in New York. And they're like, were you going to tell anyone? I'm like, I didn't tell you. Oh shit. Like, I think I just like keep it high and tight. No one knows where I am.
I stayed with Alex in New York for a week, I think.
It was my dream.
Alex was living in New York, shooting a show in New York for for 6 months?
6 months, yes. I have a writing partner, and we were both in New York working on a show. And I was living in an apartment with puppets, and big detail. And Brittany was like, I'm going to stop on my way to Switzerland, and she stayed with me, and it was like the best week. We were great roommates. We would stay up all night and giggle, and in the morning you go for your run, and I would make like a 40-minute coffee, and then by the time I finished, you'd be back.
Yeah, but also so many times on that week trip, she'd be like, yeah, I've never said that out loud before. I've never told anybody that before. And I'm like, what? That is like a big deal. And she's like, I just like stayed with her for a week. And I'm like, I'm one of your best friends.
I literally will like be best friends with somebody. And then one day I'll be like, blah, blah, blah. And then like when so-and-so died and like I watched them die and they're like, what? And I'm like, oh, did you not know I watched someone die?
You're like, I guess I forgot to tell anybody about that.
Like I just don't even think about it. I just felt like keep moving. I just keep on moving, just keeping it real tight. That week was so fun though.
That week was really fun. I was pregnant and I showed up. I hadn't told Alex I was pregnant. I was so weird telling anyone I was pregnant at the beginning. I hadn't told her I was pregnant and she was like, let's go to sushi. And I was like, okay. And we were walking.
No, I was like, Brittany, you're here. Ha-cha-cha. Let's go get sushi. You were like, that sounds so good. We're like walking out the door and you're like, FYI, I'm pregnant. I was like, so no sushi? And it was you were just 3 months pregnant.
Yeah, I was so sick and Alex took such good care of me the whole time in New York. And then we went to, one day I was like, oh my God, I'm just going to, whatever. I had the craziest day of my life in New York with Alex because I woke up in the morning, legit thought I was having a miscarriage.
Yeah.
Alex was like,
And I was like, okay, we got
okay,
this.
let's call 17 doctors.
I was like, you call these, I'll call these. We're like calling all of them. We're like, hey.
We called all these doctors we took a 40-minute Uber. Alex and I called all these doctors.
In the Uber,
nice,
I
in
think,
the Uber
too.
on the way to set. And then I got out. I was there. I was like gonna go to this doctor's appointment. I went to I was taking a subway back, and I went to go pay for my subway, and I realized I left my wallet in the Uber. And I couldn't get the guy to give it back to me.
Yeah, he was weird, and you had to meet him somewhere and give him
I had to pay him $100 and meet him somewhere, but I had to I went home to your place on the way home, and you were staying with some family friends.
I forgot. Brittany walks in. I forgot this. We were still shooting, and she
I'm
walked
rushing
in
to try and get $100 out of an ATM somehow without my wallet. And
yes, and they were like, "Hey," I was staying with a family friend who was doing social media for something, and then
some artist,
and asked Brittany to take a picture.
They weren't even at the apartment. They just showed up because you were subletting it from them, and they showed up for 2 hours to do work. And I walked in, I'm frazzled. I'm I have to go to this doctor's appointment. I'm supposed to be flying to meet my husband tomorrow in Paris. I don't have my wallet. I might be having a miscarriage right now. And I walk in, and they were like, hey, can you model this t-shirt for us? And I was like, what? And I put on a t-shirt and modeled some art t-shirt for them in an apartment in New York, and then ran and paid that guy $100.
And then at one point you did go to the doctor, and they were
I went to the doctor
fine.
And they're like, I'm fine. And then after that, we went to the 10-year anniversary taping of Watch What Happens Live.
That was the same day. And we went,
and I was
oh my
and
God.
you're like, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to do this? And I was like, yeah, what else am I going to do? Sit inside and stare out the window? I can't
You're
do
not
that.
me. You can't stare out the window all day. And so
I got to keep it moving.
we went to, my friend works on Watch What Happens Live. So we went and we took my sister-in-law and Rachel, my writing partner, and we all went. And Brittany was such a good sport. And then at the very end, because you were pregnant, you were so tired.
We watched that one housewife sing a song.
We watched the
one that got arrested, right?
We watched somebody sang a song.
Yolanda?
No.
I don't know the housewives.
I don't either.
I don't even know the show.
Someone sang a song. It was
Yeah.
so fun though. But then at the end, Brittany because she was pregnant and had a fucking insane day. My sister-in-law and Rachel went to dinner, and Brittany was like, I can't do this. And so I literally carried you home and put you in bed. And I was like, I will take care of my friend. And I tucked you in. I also, when we were I came back from shooting, and I was like, how was the rest of your day? And you were like, I left my wallet in the cab. I couldn't pay for this. I did model the t-shirt, and then I had to pay somebody $100. And then we went to Watch What Happens Live. And I think somewhere in there we got Thai food too.
Yeah, I know. We got Thai food every day. I feel like that was a crazy day, but you really took care. I feel like you understand I feel like we're good friends because we both operate really well in chaos.
Yes. I'm just
chaos
this is
our
what's
comfort zone,
Yes.
and we feel very chill in that.
Yes.
Because I think we both had chaotic
childhoods.
where
Yes.
we're we think everyone else is a little wimpy. We're like, why are they freaking out right now?
I think I'm just when this shit hits the fan, I'm like, oh, okay, one step, we just have to do this. We just have to do this. And I feel like you're we just have to do this.
Yeah.
When you had a migraine at my house the other day, and Justin and I were Brittany gets migraines, and so do I. So she had a migraine, and I was like, oh, my friend has a migraine. I know exactly what to do. And we're all just we're just having migraines. We're not stressing about this at all.
I went over to their house having a migraine with my baby. I stopped by. And all of a sudden, I thought I was going to be fine because I was like, I can power through anything. And all of a sudden, I could not speak. I lost my speech. And I was there with my baby.
And I was like, listen, this is great.
so
We're going to
funny.
watch
Yeah.
this baby. Brittany, you just drink this water. And
You're the only people I could have been around during that who were like, this is fine. She's fine. It's okay. But
Yeah.
then Marco shows up with Penelope and she's eating a bag of Cheetos. And I was like, they went to buy snacks from Gelson's, and I was like, you got her Cheetos? And I couldn't even talk. And she's eating Cheetos all over Alex's house. And then we had to leave, and I guess my daughter, I couldn't see or speak. My daughter laid on the floor. She also is obsessed with you and your husband, like, and she laid on the floor and goes, what'd she say?
She had Cheetos, and then Marco had brought Justin and I gummy snacks. And I was like, thank you so much. And she was like, can I have these gummy snacks? And Marco was like, no, those are for Alex and Justin. And then she laid on the floor and just screamed, why won't anybody ever feed me?
So now her and her husband yelled at to each other all the time.
When he's like, I'll be like, what should we have for dinner? And then Justin will just go, why won't anybody ever feed me?
Yeah.
See, that's friendship, though.
That's
I'm just
friendship.
like, when you can be super sick in front of your friends, that's when when you're like, I have seen the business. Justin came home the other day and I had the craziest migraine. But before he went to like for a run, but before he left, I was super hyper. And then when he came home, I was in bed with an ice pack and I couldn't talk. And then like 2 days later, I watched the Lilith Fair documentary, which made me so excited. I was freaking out. And he thought that I was also going to get a migraine because now he thinks if I get too excited, I get migraines.
Oh my gosh.
So he thought the Lilith
He's trying
Fair.
to correlate it.
He was like, oh no, she's so excited watching the Lilith Fair documentary. She's going to get a migraine.
No.
He thought I was having an episode. And I was like, no, I'm just super into this documentary. This is my childhood.
That's so sweet.
It's
that
so
he
good.
thought that he was trying to watch out for you. Okay, so since this is full out, I
Yeah.
feel like you do comedy. You're a writer.
Mm-hmm.
You've done that for a long time. I feel like you've inspired a lot of I know 2 people who went into comedy after seeing Alex perform. So she's very funny.
You guys, I'm so fun.
She's so fun. She's so fun. And I feel like, but okay, what do you want to talk about going? I thought you were going to, when I was like, it's something full out from your past, you know, when you were younger. I thought you were going to talk about going to raves, but
shit.
you're not.
I mean, I did
She
go
did
to
go to raves.
I did go to raves in high school. You guys, how am I still alive? What a little freak. Oh man, I should have talked about.
Maybe that's why you stare out the window now.
Yeah,
you went to too many
it's
raves.
not to relax. I'm just like completely dead inside. I'm like half Starburst and glow sticks.
Oh my gosh.
No, I went to raves in high school, which is really weird in retrospect and also hilarious because I need 10 to 12 hours of sleep. And I got really good grade. I don't know. It was just a phase. It was a weird phase.
I love it.
I'm still alive though.
Okay, so what do you want to talk about going full out?
Well,
in?
I was trying to think, and I was like, you know, I'm a writer. I write comedy for television. I was like, yes, obviously, I've gone full out on that. I'm so grateful to do that for my life. But I was like, something that's very me is my stuffed animal collection, and I was like, where did that start? Obviously, as a child, you have stuffed animals. We all do, unless you're insane. And I was like,
oh my gosh, that's so sad to think that
somebody
might not
doesn't
want-
have that. Also, I feel like if you're an adult and you think stuffed animals are weird, I'm like, you're weird. Like, what are you? Why you don't want to hold something that brings you joy and makes you warm when you sleep? Okay, okay. Sad sleepers.
Oh my gosh, Alex.
I was like,
I feel like Marco doesn't understand stuffed animals.
I'm gonna put one in the bed on his side of the bed,
my
and
gosh,
you have to
okay,
tell me
great.
what happens.
Let's do it. I'll film it.
If he puts it in the trash, I'm
He's
gonna
probably
be so
just gonna
sad.
think it's Penelope's or something.
Oh, you
but
will.
You know what I should do? I should tuck it into his arms when he's sleeping, so he
Take a
wakes up
picture.
holding it.
He'll be like, I
Just
didn't
be
know
like,
I
oh, I
needed
didn't know you were
this.
into stuffed animals.
But I was like, when did my love for stuffed animals start? Because they're a huge through line in my personality.
They are.
And I was like, you know, when my parents were divorced, like everyone else's parents in the world, and
Unless you're insane.
unless you're insane, you're like, we're married. But everybody's parents in the 80s got divorced, right? I feel like.
I think so, right?
I mean, I do know people that are from their parents are happily married, and I do love that. But so when I would go to my dad's house, I thought about this long and hard. I had all my stuff at my mom's house, but at my dad's house, I didn't have any stuff. And my dad used to take my brother and my step siblings and myself to the movie theaters every weekend. And at the movie theaters across was an arcade. And if you got a certain number of tickets, you would win various things. You get pencils, you get watches. But I was like, I'm gonna win stuffed animals. So I got really good at skee ball.
Oh.
And this is a fun fact about me. That recently, Justin and I went somewhere with skee ball. He was like, "Why are you so good at skee ball?"
Okay.
And I was like, "Honey, I have so many stuffies from winning skee ball." So I would go to the arcade every other weekend and my dad's and do skee ball, and you would win tickets. And with the tickets, you could get a variance of stuffed animals. There was also a claw machine, and I would just like. I mean, my dad never said anything, but I'm sure I would make him spend like $50 an arcade time for me. So my entire room at my dad's, all the shelves, my way of decorating it and making it feel like home was with stuffed animals that I won at the arcade because that was like what we did.
Did you put them up and then never like touch them again? Would they just like get put up?
That's a very good question. And I do appreciate you asking that because it's a really important detail. The ones on the bookshelves were like art. We don't touch those.
Okay.
That's serious business. But then I slept with Dumbo and Figment at my...
What's Figment?
Figment is at Epcot in Florida. There's a ride called like, I think it's just called Figment or Journey in the Imagination. I haven't been there in so long. But the mascot is Figment, which is this purple dinosaur that is a figment of your imagination.
Okay.
And which is also a big, I feel like I love to play. I love imaginative fun things. And so it was like a purple dinosaur. And then this year for Hanumas, Justin actually got me he got me a Figment. So I now have one on the bed. And I burst into tears when I opened it because it's like my childhood. But so I think that's where my love for stuffed animals started. And then even as an adult, like I brought some because I feel like people are like.
That one was on your wedding invite?
Yes. So when my darling, I brought some guys.
These are her children.
These are my children. I'm a full adult and I promise I have a job and these are my children. But Thomas, we got at the Natural History Museum years ago. And
is it Thomas with a TH or just TOMAS? Because I've had to text it a couple of times and I've been like, I can't text the name of this stuffed animal wrong. And I've literally gone to try and look it up a couple times because I'm like, I feel like it's so offensive to text your friend's favorite thing.
Thank you so much.
Wrong name.
It's with a TH. And
Okay.
here's how I knew that my darling Justin was my husband is when we were dating and I went to his apartment, he had a Cookie Monster and a Care Bear on his bed.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, well, I guess you're my husband. He also has a tattoo of the Orin from the Neverending Story on his wrist.
Oh,
which
wait,
is
what's the O-ring?
in the Neverending Story, the book that they use, the book in the movie has this snake that's like intertwined that kind of keeps the book closed.
Oh, yes.
And he has that tattooed on his wrist. And I remember when we first started dating, he was saying it was his reminder to stay creative and imaginative. And I love that movie because, again, I think it's so important to be, to use your imagination. And I just feel there's just such a sense of whimsy and I have many thoughts on it. But anyways, I was like, oh, and there's my husband with the stuffed animals and the tattoo.
Oh my gosh,
Orin.
I love it. I loved that movie too. I wish that we would have named our dog Trask Falcor because I feel like he looks
like Falcor.
And when he jumps off the bed and his ears go up, he like looks like Falcor so much. So I think that should be his other name.
That can be his name. He could be Trask Falcor.
Yeah.
But Thomas was at our wedding under the chuppah and he had a little bow tie on. And we sleep with all of these on our bed. This is 3. So I didn't want to look insane, just a little crazy.
Just like cover you up in the chair with all of them.
But we have like so many and it's like, it's a bit, it's kind of a bit, but it's actually, it's a bit that's not a bit, if that makes sense, where I'm like, this is a bit, but then it's not a bit, but then also we
Wait, is it a bit or is it not a bit?
I don't know. Like at this point, I honestly don't know.
No.
I was like, did I give birth to these? Maybe. Did I go to Cedars-Sinai and have intense labors? I don't know. But we have bits with them. Sometimes we send videos of them to each other. Sometimes they're dressed up. And we just have fun. We have
so
a lot of fun.
Yeah, your house is very fun.
It's like
you have one that's like a giant bread.
Yeah, Bready.
Called Bready. And one time, okay, so I guess it was, I had just had the baby and I think I had left early. Penelope had been over there and with Marco, my husband. Oh, you haven't heard, but Marco doesn't want me to call him Marco on the podcast. So
What do
I
you
have to
call
call
him?
him my husband.
Okay.
I'll just call him Falcor for this episode. Every episode, I'm going to give him a different name. So Falcor.
Yeah. He's a flying dragon.
Yeah, my husband Falcor was over there with my daughter, and poor Marco. I'm just like drawing more attention to the fact that he asked me.
His name is Marco. His name is Marco. My husband's name is Marco.
Oh God. Oh my gosh. Okay, so
It's not my husband. It's your husband.
yeah. Okay, so anyways, I guess I had left early for a show and he was over there with Penelope and some bit started happening with her and you guys where she was like wrestling this Brittany stuffed animal, but I wasn't there for it. And so then the next time we go over to your house, Penelope runs in and
she's like,
gets in this like full like weird fight with this bread stuffed animal where she's pretending like it's like tackling her to the ground. And I'm like, what is going on?
It was amazing. I think my nieces were there too. And they were like, your friend's
This girl's crazy.
They were like, your friend's daughter likes Brittany. And I'm like, they have a very special relationship.
She spots them at like, she saw one, her other friend has one.
I know. I think somebody else told me that it's like a stuffed animal. I think you can get them on Amazon or something. But somebody else said that.
Did you get your children on Amazon?
Hey, Brittany. How dare you?
What if you walked out of the podcast and it's like the first podcast that somebody walked out of on you?
The funniest thing is we did a holiday card and Justin and I had Thomas and then a different stuffed animal in them. And again, it's a bit, that's not a bit, that's a bit, but it's also my life. And it was just interesting because we sent them and some people were like, this is amazing. But then I had family members that I was like, did you like the holiday card? And they were like, uh-huh. Like you could tell they were like so
Your
scared.
family's like in Florida and they don't know like what they're supposed to do with that.
They're like I think in their heads they're like, she's not okay. Something's wrong. Like
she moved to LA and like had stuffed animals.
But they're just like, and I'm like, you liked it, right? And they're like, mm-hmm. They don't like it at all. They think it's nice and creepy. And I'm like, you guys, it's a bit. That's not a bit.
Oh my gosh.
It's a bit.
My sister Bailey had so many stuffed animals too when she was little. So many because she's 14 years younger than me and she got everything she could imagine. And she got so many stuffed animals. And when I went to college, it was a house in Texas. So you can get a house. We had 4 bedrooms upstairs. Like these houses in Texas are like houses.
Yeah.
And 4 bedrooms upstairs. She turned my room into a dance studio for Bailey. So there were ballet bars and wood floor. She turned the guest room into Bailey's dress-up room. But Bailey slept in there. And then she turned Bailey's room had like 2 huge bunk beds on the top covered in stuffed animals. And I would come home from college and be like, where am I supposed to sleep? And my mom's like, you can sleep in the bunk beds.
I thought you were going to say she was like, you can sleep in the dance studio.
Oh my gosh, I wish. And I would just like be like in college, just like come home like wasted, just like pass out into like a bunk bed full of stuffed animals. And I was like, I can't get out of this bed. I hate these stuffed animals. So I think I stopped liking stuffed animals then.
Listen, I think it's fair. I think that's 100% fair. Like,
Yeah.
were they big ones or small? Just all sizes?
All sizes, big ones, little ones. Also, now I'm like having all my stuffed animal flashbacks. I remember one year my parents were divorced, as they do in the 80s. And
No one
dad
wears
forgot my
sunblock in the
birthday.
80s and everybody gets divorced.
Yeah. My dad forgot my birthday one year.
No.
It happens a lot. It's fine. I feel like he always sends me something after. It's better if he does forget my birthday because I get something better in the mail.
He's like, I'm so sorry. Here's $10 million.
Yeah. He forgot my birthday one year and we were at Disney World or something. We had gone to Disney World and I remember I found a Bugs Bunny that was this tall. And I was like, hey, Dad, you forgot my birthday, so this is what I want for my birthday. I don't know. I was probably like 9 or 10, and I was like, I'm going to stick it to this guy and I'm gonna make him get me this huge Bugs
It was probably
Bunny.
like $500, I bet, or something
and he
crazy.
was like, yeah, it was. It was at Disney World, and it was probably $500 in the 90s. So it was probably like
10,000 million.
yeah, no. And I was like, I want this. And he wouldn't get it from me because he's like, you can't put that in your suitcase. I was like, I'll carry it on the plane. I was like, he's like, they won't let you take that on the plane. It's too big.
You're like,
it was
"Watch
really
me."
tall. And I was like, I need this. And I agreed. I made a deal with him that instead of getting me this Bugs Bunny, he could take me to the mall and get me 20 Pillow Pals. Do you remember? Do you remember what Pillow Pals were?
I don't know what it is, but in my head, this is what I think a pillow pal is. It's a stuffed animal that's actually a pillow.
Pretty much. It's like a
Good marketing, good
it's like
name.
a flat stuffed animal. They were like a big deal back in the day. They're probably like this long, like a foot long and like flat. And I was like, okay, if you're not getting me that, you can get me 20 Pillow Pals. So we went to the mall and I got 20 Pillow Pals, I think, and shoved them in my suitcase.
Wait, I love that he's like, you can't have this 3-foot Bugs Bunny, but you can have 20 things that will
was like-
make your suitcase so big.
Pillow Pals can smush down. The Bugs Bunny was probably at least 4 feet tall.
I'm also picturing you if you had gotten it on a plane and somebody walking by you on the plane and it's you, and then next to you is just this like huge Bugs Bunny and it has its own seat.
Yeah, seriously. I'm like, you probably should have just bought me like a year subscription to therapy at that point instead of all of the Pillow Pals because clearly I needed it. Clearly I was going through something when I'm like scheming plans of how I'm going to like take my dad down with my birthday gift.
I feel like the older you get too, you can be like, oh, you forgot my birthday. You can be like, you have to give me a trip to New York. Like
This year he forgot, no, 2 years ago he forgot my birthday. And there was this piece of art at this, like, we were at some, like, art fair or something, and my aunt's best friend had made this one piece of art that I really liked, and my dad bought it before I could buy it, and then he forgot my birthday 2 years ago, and he sent it to me in the mail. I just haven't found a place to put it up in the house yet.
I need to see it.
It's in the attic because I can't figure out where to put it yet, but, like, maybe I should put it right here. And just be like, this is, like, the piece of art from my dad forgetting my birthday.
Yeah.
What if I just start making the set all the things my dad sends me
you when he forgets your
It's
birthday?
like a box of frozen salmon he caught in the Alaskan rivers.
You could call your set the Forgotten Birthday Set.
Yeah, great.
Did you guys have Cabbage Patch Kids?
Yeah.
I did. When I was really
100%.
little, I had one.
100%.
Yes.
My mother always made homemade stuff. She was a hippie. And she always liked to save money. And somehow she thought that my brothers were going to accept a handmade Cabbage Patch.
Incredible.
And what was the funniest thing about it is that she got these heads that were like knockoff Cabbage Patch
my
heads,
gosh.
which were all fucked up.
I thought you were gonna say she had actual cabbage and she
Oh
put
my
like
gosh,
eyes on
that'd
them.
be
and-
hilarious.
That would have been funny too, but no, and my brothers completely rejected that.
That's so funny. I can make pillows.
You can?
And I've made, so my grandma taught us how to sew in Oklahoma because we had nothing to do all summer long because my parents were divorced. And so I would go with my dad in the summer and sometimes he'd be like, I'm too busy. So I'd go with my grandma and she taught us how to sew.
Wait, what
And I'd
kinds
make
of pillows?
We'd go to the fabric store and I'd pick out fabric and we'd make pillows and then I would make, I learned how to make stuffed animals.
Well,
make, like-
well.
I did learn how to make stuffed animals. Oh my gosh.
I like how that was a throwaway. It's all coming back.
Yeah, I did make stuffed animals and I know how to make a cat out of yarn. I forgot about all of this stuff.
Listen, I am turning a certain age that is a big number in a matter of days. If I get a cat made out of yarn from you for my birthday, it will be
Oh
the
my
greatest
gosh.
gift of
Oh my
my
gosh.
life.
Okay, I got to get to work. It takes quite a while.
You have like 29 days.
Yeah, okay. I think I can do it. I think I can make it happen.
That would be incredible.
Do you like googly eyes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, for sure.
I might even be able to make it purr. I think Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just be surprised. Act surprised.
I might even be able to make it purr.
That sounds so sexual. Like the creepiest
I'm just
way.
picturing like a little like box that makes sound that you've like somehow manufactured, and you have a bunch of them and you're just going to put it inside of it. It's like a purr box.
It's like a marble that rolls around inside when you shake it.
What? I need this so bad.
Okay.
If I don't get it on my birthday, I might be a
Not be
little
friends
upset.
with me. You might unfollow me on Instagram.
It's so I don't know how to use.
You should start telling people you're going to unfollow them on Instagram when they make you mad.
I was at Whole Foods yesterday, and the woman that was helping me had the coolest earrings on. I was like, oh my God, I love those earrings so much. And she was telling me she makes them on Etsy. And then she tried to give me her Instagram, and I was like, I don't know how to do it. And then I felt like I was 10,000 years old, and she had to write down her thingy, and then I had to give it.
You're like, here, just write it in my planner.
It's like,
I promise
so
you, if you write
old.
it in the notes section of my planner.
I'm just like an old lady.
But you're not. You just like to cosplay as one.
Marie Lively, I love her. She is always like, when I met you when you were 18, you were like 100 years old, and you're still 100 years old. I'm like an old lady who's like, I gotta go to bed. I'm so hungry. Where's my tea? I want to stare at the window. I don't know how anything works. I can write a script. That's pretty much it. Where are my stuffed animals?
It's so true. I mean, I remember when we became friends, we were in Vegas for our
It was
friend's
so fun.
bachelorette party. And I didn't know anybody very well that was there. I knew Jen, but
Yeah.
I didn't know anybody else very well. And I remember I was like, I'm so tired. And I thought everybody was going to want to like party till 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And I remember I went up at like, I don't know, we went to see Britney Spears, and then I was like,
Yeah.
I think I'm done. And I went up at like midnight, and
Yeah.
I like was like, okay, whatever. I'm just going to bed. I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah.
And literally 10 minutes later,
All of us came
everybody
in.
came
Yes.
back, and I was like, I found my people. I found my people. Oh my God. I had no idea this was going to happen. I really
So
thought everybody
fun.
wanted to stay out, except for one girl who, I won't say who it is, but she was much younger than all of us.
Yeah.
And I drove to Vegas for some reason, and everybody flew. But the next day she asked if she could ride home with me, and I was like, sure. And I was like, did you have fun last night? She's like, can we stop and get a Red Bull? And I was like, sure. So we stopped and got a Red Bull, and I was like, did you have fun last night? And she's like, oh my God, I met my soulmate last night. We ended up making out. Like, he's so cute. He's just not like other guys. He was there with his dad and his brother. How sweet is that? I just like, I've never felt like this about anybody. He's such a good guy. And then I saw her again at the wedding.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, how's it going with that guy?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, you know what? He was there for his bachelor party. He was engaged. He was the groom at the bachelor party. And she was cheating on his wife with her. And she was like, he was there with she's like, that's why he was there with his dad and his brother. They were all there for his bachelor party.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I was like, I feel like
It looks like I'm crying, but I'm having a visceral reaction to that.
yeah, I'm like, that's what happens if you stay out past 12:10 in Vegas.
We all went to bed, and you're like, "How was your night?" And she's like, "This thing got crazy." I also remember in Vegas, we all were by the pool, and it was the same thing where I was like, "I can't be in the sun for that long because I get overheated because I'm like so pale." And
cosplaying as an old lady.
And I'm cosplaying as an old lady. And I was like, I have to go inside. The sun's too hot. But same thing. Everybody also came inside because we're all like, I can't be everybody couldn't be in the sun. And then we got like chicken fingers and French fries and all sat around and like told stories of our youth.
Yeah, and then And
That
then
was
we were
so
like, okay,
fun.
we're friends forever. That's so fun. Okay, so stuffed animals,
Yeah.
you're obsessed with them. They're still in your life. I do feel like you always have them around you. And I went to a play with Alex and her husband, and she's my arts culture person, like organizer for my children's lives. And they
I'll be
would
like, you
never go
guys,
to
there's
plays.
the show we're doing there. I love going to live theater. And so we are constantly going to musicals and plays and whatever is in town. And sometimes I'll be like, oh, we're going to see this at the Pantages, or we're going to see this. And I'll be like, Brittany, do you want to come? And then she'll be like, Penelope would love that. So I feel like we're just kind of always going to theater
Yeah, we
things
also
together.
always take my husband Falcor to shows, and we always end up accidentally taking him to like the worst show ever.
Shows where I think I'm
Like Pretty Woman the musical, where a guy like rode the guy in Pretty Woman the musical. This is like an Emmy like winning Broadway actor who originated a role on Rent. He was playing Richard Gere's role in Pretty Woman, you remember? And when Richard Gere goes up to save Julia Roberts at the balcony in that white limo,
I like don't even remember this. Is that like crazy?
I will never forget this. This guy, so instead of having a white limo, they had a bench with like a bus ad of a white stallion horse, and he had to straddle the bus ad and pretend to ride a horse.
I do not even remember. Why don't I remember this? I might have had a migraine that day.
It does not work well as a musical. Let's just say that. It does not work well. I love Pretty Woman. It does not work well. Anyways, we went to a show with Alex recently with our daughter. We took her to Annie and we met for lunch before. And in the booth, she got there early. In the booth was a huge teddy bear stuffed animal waiting for my daughter.
We had something at work where we had for something we were shooting, we had some extra fun things. And so people took them home to their nieces and nephews and kids, or, you know, if anything was extra or whatever. And so I was like, oh, I think Penelope would love this. But I think I thought it was a normal sized teddy bear. And then when Penelope came, it was bigger than her, much like your Bugs Bunny that you tried to trick your dad into buying you.
Yeah.
She was carrying it out of the restaurant, and you could see people being like, oh my God, that's so cute. And Penelope was like, it probably weighed more than she does.
Yeah, it's really big.
Is Penelope Falcor's daughter? Should we say Falcor's daughter instead?
Yeah, Falcor's daughter. Yeah, we'll just say that. The last stuffed animal thing I remember, though, when I was in college, I went to Dave & Buster's, where you can also win prizes, got got pretty drunk. And somebody won this huge dog stuffed animal that was like the size of a bed. And I had a moped at the time. This is so stupid thinking about it that I did this now. I had a moped at the time. So I decided I was taking the stuffed animal home to my house on my moped. So we tied it around my back.
Wait, it was somebody else's and you saw it and you were like, I'm taking this?
One of our friends won it.
Okay.
But it was huge. I mean, it was literally like almost like not as big as the floor, but like the rug, but it was big. And I was like, just tie it around me. So I drove on my moped with this huge dog stuffed animal.
I wish someone had a picture of this.
We kept it at our house in our apartment and we called it our guest bed. And one time my dad did come to visit us and slept on it. There we go. The full circle stuffed animal story. I'm like, guess what, Dad? That's where you're sleeping because you didn't remember my birthday.
You could just sleep on the floor on this stuffed animal, Dad.
My dad was like down. He'll like sleep anywhere. It's so weird. He's like a successful older man. And he's like, yeah, I'll sleep on that dog stuffed animal. And I'm like, what?
I kind of wish I was one of those people, you know, people that really can fall asleep anywhere. I'm like, I have to be in a bed, but also like I've learned as I've gotten older, it has to be like, even when I travel, I'll be like, oh my God, this is so great. I'm so happy to be wherever I am. I'm so lucky. Look at us go. And then I will not sleep the entire time we're anywhere because it's not my actual bed. Again, cosplaying as an old lady. I'm like, I need my mattress. I need my bed. These springs are hurting my discs. I'm like,
my
but
gosh.
I'm so envious of people that can like fall asleep on a train or fall asleep like on a plane or fall asleep on a stuffed animal like your dad. I wish I could do that.
You can just start shipping your bed around.
I have a bit with Justin because I've gone through so many beds because I'm an old lady and my back always hurts. And we've had like 12 different mattresses. You know, you return them, they give you your money back, and then I get a different one, return money back. And I have a bit with him now whenever we see a mattress store. I'm like, should we go in? He's like, don't you dare. go near that mattress
That's
store.
so funny.
But we've had the one we have now for like 3 years, and it's great, and I love it so much. I wish I could remember the brand, but it's so great.
But until they sponsor us, she won't remember it. Okay. So do you have any? Do you have any in your stuffed animal life, or you could also do it in your writing life? Have you ever had a nemesis?
No,
What?
I haven't. I think I'm.
Let's think about it harder.
Okay.
Let me conjure up a nemesis. I'm like, what about? No, I'm just kidding. That's great if you haven't had nemesis.
I think I have. I always give people the benefit of the doubt, and I think I also always put myself into other people's shoes, maybe to a fault. I don't know, but I think even if someone's a real ding dong to me or like mean, I'll be like, I don't know what their life was up to this point. I don't know what their life was on this day.
Mm-hmm.
And so if someone's like not nice to me, I tend to be like, that's their thing. I can't take it on. And I do think it is because I am like, there could be some darkness happening for that person. So I do think that again, maybe to a fault, I think I always give people the benefit of the doubt. And I am like, I don't think
I think that's true. I feel like that's very true about you.
Thank
Even
you.
when you're driving. Yeah.
Even when I remember I was driving to a party or bachelorette party, and I was with a friend, and we got hit. Somebody
was it me? Alex has been in my car
She's
twice
gotten in some
or
accidents.
3 times when
She's
I've
gotten
gotten
some
in
accidents. But I was like, we were driving and somebody hit my car. And I think, again, I don't know why. I just was like, oh, somebody hit my car. And then I got out and I like took their whatever. And I was like,
was it me?
And it was you. And I was like, will you be my friend?
And that's how we became friends.
But I just like, it didn't even faze me. My friend I was with was rightfully so freaked out. She was like, how are you not freaking out? I'm like, I don't know. I just like, I think again, having weird things happen in your childhood, I truly think, unless the SHIT is really hitting the fan, I don't tend to get too frazzled.
Yeah.
And maybe that's
true.
good and maybe that's bad. I have no idea.
I think it's good.
Okay, thanks.
I think
I'll
it's
take
good.
it.
I think it's good. Okay, and then did you have like ever have a big breakdown moment? Like what's your biggest breakdown? It could be in regards to stuffed animals or it could be in regards to work.
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to think. You know this story. I used to volunteer at a camp in upstate New York. This was years ago when I very first moved here. And I would fly to New York to volunteer at this camp. And I was a camp counselor. And I was so broke at the time. And I had moved here to make my dreams come true and hopefully become a writer. But it was really important to me to volunteer at this camp and like give back and pay it forward. And so I had been a camp counselor for a week, like living in the woods. And the bus drops us off back in New York and I had to fly back to LA. And I had these 2 huge suitcases because you take your own sleeping bags, your pillows, your towels, everything. And I could not afford to take like a cab or the subway because I truly had no money. And I was so young that I don't think I had credit cards either. And so I was like, I was staying at my aunt and uncle's. They were out of town. And then I was going to fly back to LA. And so I had these 2 huge suitcases filled with like, my camp clothes. And I didn't have enough money to take a cab. And so I was lugging from the Upper West Side to the Upper East Side through Central Park, 2 huge suitcases, like dripping in sweat. And like having done this beautiful thing and had this like beautiful experience with all these other people that also worked at this camp that were like family. And, but it, I was living here trying to make it. And I remember being like, this can't happen again. Like I have to think of how I can push myself harder and restructure my life so that when I am, literally carrying a heavy burden or trying to do things for good or trying to change people's lives or make dreams come true, that I'm not able to take care of myself. And I remember walking like through Central Park. I was probably 24, 25 maybe. And I was like, I can't be at a point in my life where I can't take care of myself in that way. Like, what can I do? How can I push harder? This is tough. But then also at the same time being like, but I can do this. I can walk across. I can walk 80 blocks or whatever with 2 huge suitcases.
Yeah.
Like it was like this moment of like, I can do this. I'm here. I'm alive. My feet are working. And also, how can I push myself harder so that next time I am in this position, I can be better for myself. And I just remember
and
get a taxi. And I just remember being like, you're on the right path. You have to do more in a way. And I do remember that being like a moment in my life where I was like, I want to be able to live life, but also give back. And how can I do both? So I think that was,
it was like a big, like,
it was a big,
locked
like,
into place kind of.
Yes. Where I was like, I want to do things that, can change people's lives for the better, but I also need to be able to take care of myself. So how do I do both?
I love it.
Yeah. I think I've told you that story, but I just
love
remember
that
being
story.
in New York.
I love that
being
story
like,
because you told me that story in New York as we were walking through. I was like, what? You did it here? It's crazy. Yeah. It's so cool.
just like so sweaty.
It's so cool.
It's probably why I have a herniated disc, guys. Is those 2 suitcases.
Those 2 suitcases. Oh my gosh. And then also, did you have a good, like, any mentor or coach or cheerleader or somebody that like made a impact on you?
That's a good
Stuffed
question.
animal?
My stepdad, when I was little, who has since passed away, always would take us to see shows and stuff. And he was super into musical theater. And I remember we would go, like my brother and I, then we'd be home listening to the soundtracks to like Les Mis and Cats and whatever chorus line. And I would memorize them as we do. And I would be like, you guys, I'm completely memorized. So I hope everyone's ready. I will be performing the entire musical from front to back. And like my mom and my stepdad would sit and I'd be like, it's time. And I would act out every part. And my mom would, after like the second song, leave. And he would be like, great job. Like after like 2 hours of me being like, I'm a cat. Now I'm Mr. Mustopheles. Now I'm this cat and I'm this cat. I'm all the cats. And he would be like, great. And then
He was there for it all.
He was there for it all. And then I had an acting teacher in high school. I went to performing arts high school, obviously. And my senior year of high school was very, for all of us, just really kind of, I feel like took us to the next level acting wise. And I really wanted to go to Emerson for college, which is where I went. And she was just such a big advocate and really, I feel like, saw me from the little weirdo that I was and saw all of us for the little weirdos that we were. And I feel like when I think of people that really pushed, you can have that one teacher, that one camp counselor, that one person that really sees you for who you are. And I feel like she was also like a really good mentor for all of the kids in my high school.
Is she still, do you hear of her?
I don't, probably if I had social media, I could probably find her.
She probably follows you. She's probably like, she probably
where
follows
are
your
you?
hashtag.
I'm in the tiny grocery store.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for doing this. I love that I got to talk to you for this long without my kids trying to talk to you at the same time.
I know. I'm going to go upstairs and be like, hey guys, what's up?
Where can people find you? The grocery store?
Any tiny grocery store in LA that's very has lots of tiny things that I can buy and not make actual meals with.
And do you have anything coming up that people can
I have a show that I work on with my writing partner and our friend Eric that's on Disney Plus. It's so great. It's called Electric Bloom. You should see it. It's really cool. I love it so much. And Penelope Falcor Jr. loves it.
She loves it. She knows all the songs. It's great.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, great. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.